Hello world, this is a detailed look at my 2007 style ECW Championship with the black paint everywhere by ORM. Now a lot of people don't know what the difference is between a 2007 version, 2006 version. They just think WWE ECW Championship. Well, there was actually three variants of this WWE style ECW style championship. There's the first one that debuted in 2006 was the RVD, which has the red logo and it has a black kind of outline in these little recess areas, but it's still gold. But in this specific area of that version, it has nugget texture. I'll try to find a photo and post that variant right here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Then that version, and I believe 99.9% sure that same exact belt was taken and painted during Bobby Lashley's run, just painted over with this black paint to create this version that debuted in January of 2007, I want to say, and was held by Bobby Lashley, Vince McMahon, Johnny Nitro turned John Morrison, and retired by Chavo Guerrero after winning it from CM Punk in 2008. Which then donned the third version of this championship, which is very similar to the 2006 version where it's red and it just has the black outline. But if you see, I'll try to find photos of it also here to post. It has little grapplers here on top of the baseball bats as well, and the snaps are switched their sides. So the female side is over here, the male side is over here. This version, however, like I said, is the first of its kind on YouTube because it's a fully accurate 2007 black paint version. Now, you may find black paint versions here on YouTube, but they aren't accurate because they won't have the black paint everywhere it needs to. Maybe it'll have the grapplers on top of the ball bats. Maybe it won't have the paint on the side plates. This one has the paint everywhere the paint should be. This was my favorite version because it was held by John Morrison, who's one of my favorite wrestlers. Had the honor of wrestling him, as you also may know. But this version was very, very, admired by me as a kid. And I remember seeing the replicas that they released, and they didn't have the black paint. And I always wanted to buy a replica and paint over it, but I didn't trust myself. So I had ORM create this version for me. As you see down to the T, it's been copied to make look as screen accurate as possible. 2x8 on the snap set here on the male side. Barbed wire tooling, which I don't know if it's the correct barbed wire tooling, but that'll have to do for what I have. The side plates have hardcore with the baseball bats making an X ECW wrestling, and they have great thickness and depth to them as well. Second side plate, inner side plate say hardcore wrestling with the blue globe. Once again, great depth on these, and the black paint where it should be. You move on to the main plate, and it has a lot of black paint and a lot of spots. It starts with the ECW logo here, the cage, barbed wire going through it with the cage in the background, that's black. Then you have World Heavyweight Wrestling in red blood with the blue globe champion at the bottom. Black paint, everywhere it should be. It's a beautiful championship, and I've had it for a long time. I just haven't shown it on YouTube, so I decided it was time to show it. These side plates are exactly the same as the other side with hardcore wrestling in the blue globe. It has a very, very generous curve in it, screen accurate curve in it. 4mm plates. ORM did a great job. Omi did an amazing job with this belt. Even the side plates have a little curve on them, as you can tell. On this side, you have the barbed wire leading to the 2x5 female snap set with the ORM stamp on the end. Now, the reason why this version is also screen accurate for me is the spacing. A lot of people who make this title make this side really long like the replica. They make this side have a lot of space like the replica. Now, as this future version, the one that Chavo had with the reverse set, did have a little bit more space. Maybe the snap set started here. This version, if you go back and look, the original version that RVD debuted, that got painted over during Lashley's run and ran until Chavo retired it, it has closer space here. Now, if you're wondering why I believe that, I'll try to paste photos of this championship and you'll be able to see how there are, when this side specifically right here starts to tarnish, you can see the texture underneath here, which they wouldn't put texture underneath, so they're just going to paint over it if you're a belt maker. That just tells me that the belt was painted and modified and not a whole new belt. So there was 3 variants of the belt, 2 actual copies of the belt. And I'll post as many photos as I can find. You can see during Punk's run, it's so tarnished, and you can see the texture underneath here, which is a pretty iconic look too, you know. But this one has the black paint. This is the version that I prefer. Has a very nice backing on the back with the bolts covered. Sun just went away, so I'm about to as well. Just wanted to show you guys this championship. It's a beauty. It hasn't been shown on YouTube yet from me or from anyone else, because no one else has this version to my recollection. If you do, let's talk about it in the comments. Let's go check this belt out inside. But before we do, let's look at some of the flexibility. It's amazing. Now, my hands don't work as well as they could and should, but you can just get an idea at how flexible this championship is. Here you have it inside. Do a quick look again. 2x8, barbed wire, hardcore ECW wrestling, hardcore wrestling, 2007 style ECW Championship. There's the backing. Belt just folds however you want it to go. There you have it. Thanks for watching.